the whole thing of good and evil is a subjective thing. But also, can you imagine? I want to complain. I want to complain. So I find that as an excuse all the time. In one hand, it was overly psychological. So it almost felt like a lecture. Well, not when I'm stuck, but yes, it's fun. It's fun when I'm getting threatened, but I mean, it's fun. Hi. Weekly recap this time, once again. Yes, every week is odd in its own way. So, I'm running late, so I don't have time to clean up. What I wrote, actually. So, I actually did something in my manuscript, like actual manuscript. And yes, once again, editing. And I lost 200 words once again. So it was 35,000 words last week, and now it's 34,000 words and 859. So 200 words out, because I was once again editing. I was deleting everything that feels out of place. And yes, I deleted a lot of unnecessary things. I found that I rush at some point. I told you last week that I have an general issue with it. Everywhere. Just that's me. I don't know what's wrong with it. Still had no time to think about it. So yes, I did actually edit something, and yes, that's once again that 12th chapter. Because I feel now that I know where I should go. Can you imagine? So, yes, so weird, but yes, that's my process. I can't do anything about it. I don't know what can I do about it. I tried different things. I tried making lists, like points of things I need to do. Like, truly in my manuscript, I still have them. Oh, so actually, I was scrolling through my diary because I was searching for something. I didn't find it there, but I found other thing. Actually, that point of things I needed to do, and I didn't. I forgot about them. So I tried different things. Actually, different things. I tried locking my phone away. I tried some rituals even. I tried reading it from top to bottom to summon this, writing flow and everything. But yes, it's all in vain. Can't do anything about it. Before I skip to the world building, because I dived into some topics, I will share with them. So anyway, this week I was, if you remember that parenting book, I am changing there a huge part in this book. So it requests a lot of time, and because I'm a huge procrastinator, my mom put at a deadline, because if you remember, that's a family project. I do just this part of writing, and she started to threaten me that she will do it herself if I won't do it within a week. Don't tell her, but week already passed. But I am in the process. I find that as an excuse all the time. That's what I was doing, actually. Not a huge progress, but still. Not a huge progress, but I still progress. And yes, because so before it was just truly, there was two issues. In one hand, it was overly psychological. So it almost felt like a lecture, like an easy lecture. So now I'm editing it into a fairy tale, like all the descriptions and everything. Second thing is we are adding another psychological level, which requires more characters and more dialogues, and yes, all of those things should be accurate, and yes, I got stuck in one place. That's something I do with my mom. actually, it's interesting. Like, it's not really entertaining. It's exciting. Well, not when I'm stuck, but yes, it's fun. It's fun when I'm getting threatened, but I mean, it's fun. In a good way, in a good way. Of course, all of these things are in a good way. So, yes, that was parenting book this week. But also, can you imagine? I want to complain. I want to complain. So, we went to my grandma this weekend. And I was sitting, like, we light up a fireplace, and it's very comfy. Okay, I have my notebook. I opened my manuscript, and I was up to write. And then my mom started complaining that I write my book and not that parenting book. And I mean, she says reasonable things. I mean, she said that if we publish this book, I get like an experience like that. It's not really a resume. How it's called? Yes. So like it's more reasonable for me to finish this short, like this small project that doesn't require this much time as my fantasy book, and that it's more reasonable for me to write and finish this parenting book and not this right now. But the main mistake she made is that my process is at any point is reasonable. Okay, it's not reasonable at all, like truly at all, and I hate it. If you ask me, I would want it to be reasonable. I am actually a reasonable person. I'm not the person of like I said, of inspiration and some maddening ideas. Like, I'm more or less a logical person, reasonable person. But not with this book, okay? I don't know. Nothing about this book feels reasonable. And like, of course, world building, all of those things in the book, dialogues, characters, more or less they feel reasonable. But the book itself and the process of it is by no means reasonable, okay? At all, like the complete opposite. So, yes, I can't explain it. I mean, she sees me, like my sister sitting like with me on that couch, and I mean, in one moment I'm writing that parenting book, and another some magic then there opens my manuscript like that, my fantasy book, and my mom's just like, what? I just told you. What are you doing? Because I'm saying like this because I can translate it from Ukrainian language. You know, it won't sound right. So just the thread will lose its flavor. So Yana, my older sister, just started like she started explaining, because in one moment I actually was writing this parenting book, but at some point my book just threw out on my screen, and I don't know how it happened. I don't know. So yes, that's just so you get a glimpse of my my life and the family project we are doing. Actually, it's fun. I said it's fun. So that's what's on writing. Let me skip to the world building, because once again I'm rushing this week. And about the world building, like not really world building, but still has to do with the world building. So in this diary, a gift from my grandma, because she said I'm a writer, so she thinks it would be more useful for me than for her. She's right. Yes, да. Yeah. That was my mom. So anyway, in this diary, I write things like all the research I found, like sleep deprivation, PTSD, dreams, nightmares, because there are not always nightmares, like the ways of blood loss, internal and external, like all of those things. And yes, they are important. And a lot of traumatic things. But what I actually want to talk about because I'm diving into the political system now. Because I don't know my villain. Also, okay. So first things first. So on that, the world building things I did, but are actually real. So political coercion. So political coercion, like manipulation from political side. Economic exploitation, public humiliation, religious manipulation, psychological torture, enforced silence, and legal injustice. Not on everything I did research, because some things I'm more or less sure I know, but maybe I should actually check. And yes, old good friend Google helped me a lot. And this book my mom bought me once, it's actually very heavy. So, actually great book. So I even read, like not even, I do a lot of research through my books, because through books. I do a lot of research through books, because even here I have, you probably can't see it, but that's a black book of Jung, like things that were taken from his notebooks and placed in a book. So yes, I was reading it yesterday. If we are being honest, I can't read a lot of it. I got tired, actually. That's good. That's good. It's actually hard to read at some point. But I can't say that reading Once Upon a Broken Heart or The Ballad of Never After was easy, or that it was pleasant. But I choose the Black Book of Jung. It's about priorities. This whole week is about priorities, because I'm not preparing for my test, because I'm filming this video. So, and yes, I have a test today on my music history lesson, and yes, I'm not preparing. I'm setting my priorities. You're my priority. So, yes, that's what's the research I'm diving into. That's all the things I should include. Maybe not everything I will include. I don't know. I am still doing the research, and until it sets in finds a complete place in my head, I will decide what I'm doing, what I'm not, how I will do it, because I'm not, because still it's a fantasy book. I would like to find its own ways, but that they are still accurate, and that they still work. Yes, is that's all? I think yes. So all these political things are you can put together. This whole research is connected to my villain. Like 2 weeks ago, like not this week, I was watching, or maybe this week, I don't remember. I was watching a video, and there was a girl. She was explaining villains, like what is safe villain, and so on. At some point, she was telling reasonable things. Like she was arguing on researches and everything. My villain is not a safe villain. I don't think, because the whole thing is, once again, as she mentioned a few times, the whole thing of good and evil is a subjective thing. But the way she said the safe villain, now that it's more and more often that we feel sorry for the villain. Also, I didn't understood everything. Didn't understood everything she said. Not because I don't or can't, it's just because of English, it's the vocabulary. Like I said, I'm lacking vocabulary now. So, okay, so I picked all the books, and now I get, I'm allergic to book that. But I don't have a lot of books. I don't think I do. At some point, I understand her, like I said, but the thing that I think that if, for example, I mean, I might be wrong, but if I dive in, like, if I rely on the psychology things I know, I can't say that it's possible to create an accurate villain without giving him a backstory. And by giving him a backstory, it doesn't mean that it always should be a victim. Of course, I don't like also the idea of that one villain have like that tragic past, and suddenly all their bad actions get justified. Well, that's not the thing. We can't justify all people. We can acknowledge that these certain things happened in their life that led them to this kind of actions. But that doesn't mean that all their actions and choices are reasonable. Even if you take history, yes, some certain horrible people had horrible past, but that doesn't mean that their actions are justified. So I want a terrifying villain, of course. I want a villain not to be. I don't want to justify my villain, and yes, I don't want to make him a victim completely. I mean, all people at some point are victims. At some point. I want to give him something that made this villain shift. Like what was that thing that made him do all of those things, or a few things. It can be a chain of events. So I am not sure about it, but at least I'm trying to fit some things. I'm just putting and watching, like looking whether it fits or not. So yes, I'm still not sure what will fit, what will not. I'm still in my research phase. I talked about the villain in one of my videos, but I was still saying that I want to write this kind of villain, but I still didn't do that research of doing that villain. Because that's it. It's only 27 minutes. Well, because I mean it depends. I will still cut out some things, but now I see it's 27 minutes. See? Actually, I'm proud. So anyway, I honestly think I mentioned everything. Even if I didn't, I will still remember them next week maybe. And if I don't remember, then it's not important. Yes, I done a lot of one thing also. I done a huge thing on the research, one of the researches, like huge topic research, and yes, it's I can't share with it. For sure, I can't share with everything because I hope you will read the book, and I kind of want to do it secretly. One of the things, and I dived into that topic. It's hard. One of them is hard, so it's a heavy topic. So I can share with it, but also it took majority of my time. This kind of research took most of my time of writing process, like writing time this week. Yes, it's fun. The whole life is fun at some point, especially with this college. So I better not start crying about my college right now. That's a topic for my different YouTube channel. And what else? Yes, I said I'm a genius. Who will praise me if not me? If not me myself. Also, I mentioned I want to do English. Like I want to start learning English, but yes, I don't get to. So yes, I'm on my way to the college. I still should have time to montage it. So yes, that's all, folks.